Right Track Motoring, your online showcase for everything in the world of motoring.
On to our speaker today. We want to thank Volkswagen for being here, Scott Vossen and Daryl Harrison and everyone who came. And so Tim Mahoney is the Executive Vice President and Chief Product and Marketing Officer for Volkswagen of America. And he's actually been in this position since May of 2011. You might have remembered him from Subaru, where he was Senior VP and Chief Marketing Officer for Subaru of America. And before that, he was in Porsche cars in North America. So obviously, great background, and we're looking forward to having him. So come on up, Tim.
Good afternoon. I had an opportunity to speak one time before with one of those other brands here at MPG. It was around the same time of the year. So every time I come in August, you know summer is just about over. I want to tell you a little bit about what's going on with Volkswagen, but I actually lived in Austria and Germany for a while, and I've spent a lot of time around Germans and Germany and Austria, and so I'm pretty good rule follower. And one of the rules that I'm supposed to advise you of is the Ablehnungshinweis, and that basically is a disclaimer that what I share with you today is subject to change. That's really what it says, as only the Germans can string these things together. And they said, be sure to show it. So I said, let's show it in German. Then we're very precise. So anyhow, there you go. I wouldn't be a particularly good marketing person if I didn't start without a film. So let me just give you a quick video on what's going on with the brand through the first 6 months of this year. So let's take a look at that.
Well, he's not very handsome to look at. Oh, he's shaggy and he eats like a hog.
The Volkswagen Jetta, available with advanced keyless technology. Control everything from your pocket, purse, or wherever. That's the power of German engineering.
That dirty old egg-sucking dog.
Talk about now being the time. We think we're living in Volkswagen times again. And you know, the interesting thing about the brand and what attracted me to it about a year ago, a little over a year ago, is that it's a story that continues to unfold. Next year will be the 75th anniversary of Beetle, be our 57th anniversary here in the States. And you know, it's a brand about the people. People want to root for this brand. There's passion about it. We often say when you talk to someone on the street, everybody has a VW story. Hopefully good, but certainly everyone has them, whether they've owned them personally or their family or they've grown up with them. And it continues to unfold, and I feel a little bit like I'm here during a period to kind of tell that next story, that next chapter. In terms of Volkswagen Group of America, which represents Volkswagen, Audi, Bentley, Bugatti, Lamborghini, we're up 34% this year in the marketplace. Excuse me, that's the VW brand, 30% overall. The brand has really amped things up over the past couple of years, due in large part to a strong product offensive. In terms of sales growth, as I said, we're up 34%, but relative to the other key competitors, we're outpacing it. We're continuing to grow our market share, and it's something that we work at every day. But at the same time, it's not based on giving the product away. Our incentive levels tend to remain below industry average. We're about 20% below 19% year to date for the first 6 months here, making our dealer partners stronger, and then obviously used cars and fleet and managing that whole aspect. Let me start first on the product side. Without a doubt, Passat, as the latest entry into the range, has been a tremendous success. I joined the company last year in May, as you heard earlier, And they said, well, you know, last year we sold 10,000 Passats, and next year we want to sell 10,000 a month. And you talk about kind of a little bit level of, oh my God, hold on to the roller coaster. But the reality is, in the last 4 months, we have hit that number, and the segment share is growing. We're now at 90,000 units of Passat, and you talk about a very competitive market. We've done it, I think, in a very smart way. And the car has received numerous accolades, from Motor Trend Car of the Year to a series of awards from Auto Pacific and Auto Bitel. J.D. Power named it the most appealing midsize sedan. The TDI, for those of you who haven't driven it, is a really amazing product. One group of customers managed to get 1,626 miles on one tank. And it just has literally many accolades that have established this as a credible alternative to a Camry, Accord, a Sonata, and the other cars that compete in that segment. We couldn't have done it without Chattanooga. In the midst of the recession, 2008, you know, the company decided to invest $1 billion in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And right now it represents about 3,500 employees. And we have the capacity to grow volume there if necessary. And it is the only car manufacturing facility in the world that has this platinum level of LEED certification. So sustainability is part of who we want to be. We just crossed the threshold May 31st and produced the 100,000th vehicle there. The other thing I wanted to mention briefly is a product that's on the horizon for us. We're excited about it coming into the line, and that's the Jetta Hybrid. We just set a land speed record late last week, up at the Bonneville Salt Flats. It is the first turbocharged hybrid on the market, and as we bring this vehicle to market, it will be kind of under this umbrella as the first hybrid you really would want to drive. It's going to have that performance aspect to it. We talk about our environmental platform, which we call Think Blue, or Think Beyond Green, Think Blue. Up until this point, it has been predominantly based around TDI clean diesel, but the addition of hybrid into the range and in the future electric will give us kind of a full portfolio of environmentally friendly technologies that we can offer in the marketplace. Everybody's got their VW story. Their grandmother owned it, they bought one for their kids. So awareness is not really the issue with the brand. Where it starts to get very thin is in familiarity. And generally people will have a Beetle story, they might have a Jetta story, but we have a wide range of products. Passat is a big push for us in the communications, and we'll continue to improve that activity. We're doing relatively well from a sales and marketing standpoint. Earlier this year, the Clio organization, who is an awards organization, named VW Global Advertiser of the Year. We were named by Interbrand as one of the best global ones. And I didn't even know this category exists, but next month I get to go to the Emmys, and we've been nominated for 2 Emmys for the commercials that we did. One was the Bark Side that you saw, the barking dogs, that went viral in January, and then there's also the Super Bowl spot that we did called The Dog Strikes Back. So 2 out of the 5 finalists are represented by the VW brand in that event next month. Shark Week, we think, was a pretty interesting one for us to do with the Beetle. And what I'd like to do is just show you a real quick video on what we decided this past summer. And what we're doing with this platform called YVW is leveraging really what we believe is very authentic consumer stories to connect the consumers and the brand. And there'll be a series of videos and film content that will have an emotional side of it, but there'll also be a rational. From a rational perspective, why VW? Well, because it's great performance, it's great quality, it's great safety, it's great design, and it's environmental responsibility. Final slide basically is a quick summary to say, I think the momentum for the brand has been pretty amazing when you think about it. Over 200,000 units sold in the first 6 months of the year. There's certainly more to do, but we think we're delivering on the long-term objectives for the brand. And we're doing it in a very sort of smart and sustainable way. Already have some progress in the area of customer satisfaction and quality, but far, far more to do. Yeah, that's it. I am happy that you included us today, and I don't know if there's Q&A, but if not, I'm happy to sit down. I can talk with you later, but thanks for including VW in your luncheon today. Yep. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Tune in for another episode of Right Track Motoring.